The Dallas-Fort Worth area isn't just DFW anymore, it's now DFFW. Over 150 companies have relocated to Texas since 2020, and with many choosing to settle north of Dallas. And that means Dallas is stealing the corporate crown, luring Fortune 500 giants to these booming corridors. But there's one surprising city just up the Tollway that's quietly outpacing Dallas and rewriting the future of Texas. And can you guess which one it is? What's driving this transformation from headline-making corporate moves to nonstop residential and commercial development? These cities are being redefined. So we're going to break down how this shift is happening and what it means for residents and newcomers alike. Dallas has quietly turned into a corporate migration capital, drawing in companies from across the country and really changing the way people think about business in Texas. Austin gets plenty of attention for its tech scene. Dallas has been attracting high-profile corporate relocations at a pace really few other metro areas can match. And these aren't just small startups. Think Fortune 500 firms and major financial and insurance companies. Dozens of big names, including Charles Schwab and Goldman Sachs, have chosen the northern corridors near Frisco and Plano as their new home base, which is drawn by a combination of business-friendly policies, lower taxes, and really access to a growing talent pool. With all of these companies moving in, the city's infrastructure is working pretty hard to keep up, and major tollway widening projects are underway, especially along the North Dallas Tollway near Frisco, and to handle the surge in commuters and support the development boom. These improvements aren't just about moving cars, they're really about connecting people and new job centers to master plan communities and entertainment districts that really didn't exist a decade ago. The expanded tollway links up with major developments like the Fields project in Frisco, the new PGA headquarters, and even Universal Kids Resort, making it easier for employees and families to get where they need to go. Now, this wave of corporate migration is having a ripple effect that goes way beyond office parks. Each new headquarters brings in thousands of well-paying jobs, which means more demand for luxury apartments, upscale restaurants, and premium services all over Dallas. And projects like the Knox Street development, the Central, and the new high-rise residence in Uptown are really reshaping the city's skyline and giving residents more options for work, play, and really everything in between. The local economy is getting a boost not just from new jobs, but from billions in rising property values and a steady stream of new amenities. But Dallas isn't the only city seeing this kind of transformation. Just up the tollway, another city is really starting to catch everyone's attention, and it's quickly becoming a key player in the future of North Texas. Frisco's rise isn't just about more people moving in, it's about why they're coming in the first place. So the city has really become a magnet for families and young professionals who want new construction, high quality schools, and master plan communities with everything that's already built in. The data is showing a surge in home building and amenities that's really drawn thousands of new residents since 2020, especially millennials, who really make up the largest group of home buyers right now. And these neighborhoods aren't just houses, they come with coffee shops, event spaces, and pools, massive amenity centers, which is really making it easy to see why so many people are picking Frisco over the older suburbs. Corporate relocations are a big part of the story. Dozens of companies have moved their offices to the Frisco and Plano area, taking advantage of the Dallas North Tollway and the Sam Rayburn Tollway for easy access. You got Charles Schwab, T-Mobile, the Dallas Cowboys merchandising, Amazon, even Keurig Dr. Pepper, which, by the way, if you ever get Dr. Pepper, you need to get Dublin Dr. Pepper. That was originated here in Texas, and it's made with real cane sugar. If you haven't had it before, it's going to change the game. And this development north of the metroplex has spurred development from Prosper to Salina, pushing builders to create even more amenity-rich communities. This northward momentum is really changing the map and turning Frisco into a strategic spot for both business and residential life. With all this growth, the city's infrastructure is really under pressure, but Frisco has approved multiple corridor improvements, including the new tollway lanes and signalized intersections, aiming to cut commute times by up to 30%. The Dallas North Tollway expansion is a direct response to the steady increase in population and traffic, with Phase 4A adding 3 lanes in each direction and stretching 6 more miles north by 2027. So these upgrades are really critical for keeping up with demand and making sure people can actually enjoy all of the new amenities that are being built. So Frisco's transformation is also visible in its skyline. You've got the $3 billion Railhead development that's adding luxury apartments, offices, hotels, and retail to downtown, including a 32-story hotel and 5-acre Central Park. And it's a big step forward for making Frisco feel like a real urban center and not really just a suburb. And also with the Universal Kids Resort set to open in 2026, that's bringing 2,500 jobs and $200 million to boost the local economy. And Frisco's reputation as a destination is starting to grow massively. And this means the median home prices have jumped from around $413,000 up to $695,000 over the past 5 years, which is a 68% increase that really shows just how desirable the area is becoming. And that's what the extra F in DFFW is, which is Frisco. So Dallas Frisco Fort Worth is how you're going to hear DFW start being referenced as DFFW moving forward. Now, while Frisco is building a new identity with rapid expansion and big city projects, another city in the metroplex is handling its own growth in a very different way. Fort Worth's growth story is playing out on two fronts, each with its own pace and priorities. In the north, the city is pushing into new territory with the Bonds Ranch development, a 335-acre mixed-use project in far northwestern Tarrant County. And this area is seeing the creation of about 700 residential lots, a new school, several parks, and an emergency services station. Eagle Mountain High School, which opened in August of 2024, is already serving families moving into these neighborhoods. And the city's plan is to use the millions in expected tax revenue from this growth to fund essential services like police, fire, and street maintenance, which will be keeping the expansion sustainable and responsive to residents' needs. Now, meanwhile, the Southwest is seeing a different kind of momentum. So Fort Worth's dual front approach, new suburbs in the north and urban infill to the southwest, really shows how the city is balancing expansion with cultural preservation. On the McPherson Boulevard, a new Target is under construction at Chisholm Trail Ranch, and HEB has purchased 15 acres at the shops at Chisholm Trail Ranch between Chisholm Trail Parkway and Summer Creek Drive. So these additions are designed to make daily life easier for residents, really reducing the need to leave the district for groceries, dining, or essentials. So it's all about making sure convenience keeps up with the new pace of the new rooftops. But Fort Worth isn't just really focused on retail and real estate. The Fred Rouse Center for Arts and Community Healing is set to open in 2026 and transforming an abandoned warehouse into a hub really for performance, exhibits on civil rights, and an outdoor artisan marketplace. So projects like this reflect a commitment to community identity, even though the city is really growing fast. New dining options like HEB and Alliance and Terry Black's Barbecue and West 7th are also drawing attention and adding to the city's appeal. So as Fort Worth expands in both directions, it's clear that growth here isn't just about numbers. It's about really reshaping the landscape, meeting the needs of new residents, and holding on to really what makes the city unique. So the Dallas Frisco Fort Worth area is entering really a new era, and corporate relocations are reshaping the job market. Infrastructure upgrades are changing daily commutes, and large-scale mixed-use projects are turning this region into a focal point for Texas. So this isn't really just about growth. It's about redefining what it means to live and work in North Texas. So whether you're considering a move or looking for investment opportunities or just keeping an eye on the market, this is where momentum is right now. So if you're curious how these developments could impact your home's value or your next move, click the link in the description or up here on the screen and get a free home evaluation, and leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are about all of this development that's going on. But then also you can check out the projects that are reshaping Frisco's future as well, 7 main ones to be exact.